In this new Season 4 of iRacing, I'm going to start myself on a difficult task. We're taking the Ferrari 296 GT3 to Mugello. No mucking about, so join me and let's get into qualifying. Okay, coming across the line here to start my white flag lap at Mugello. Now, I had an off-track in the first lap, just a small one, so let's disregard that. What I'm focusing on here and what I focused on in practice is braking deeper into corners. Later, but deeper. So it will give me, it means I won't be off the brake and the throttle at the same time mid-corner, which has been happening. And it's been working, so let's see what we can do here. I managed to put in some consistent laps in practice. You know, I was happy with it, but we have to make sure we can execute this in qualifying too. Not too bad. Slight brake around here, not to go off track. No! Shit! We just carried too much speed, and after all my positive practice laps, we qualify at the back. But join me and let's head to the grid. And here we go, setting off on our formation lap. The guy in front of me is not moving. Okay, he is. Right, I'm starting second last. I'm in P19. We've just got Taylor Isles behind us. The guy in front of me is driving like an absolute maniac. He's been all over the place. I've overtaken him as he went off track. He's just... he's crazy, so I've got to get past him at some point in this race. I really don't want to be racing behind him. It's this guy in the orange car here that's drifted into the wrong line. Right, rounding the final corner here, the safety car has just gone in. Now we just have to wait to go. Wait till everyone moves off. Oh, bit of contact in front there. Green lights, okay. Let's see what we can do. It might be a bit of a chaotic first corner. Gonna just pop in here on the inside. Brake a bit early. Yeah, I could see that coming. Go around so as to not get hit. Tires are still cold. Ooh, bit deep braking into that one. That's the orange car. Couple in front of me that was... Oh, no! No! Oh, no. I've been hit and my bumper's gone. Oh, this guy, it wasn't intentional, obviously. He just lost control, but still, that really hurt my race. Oh, and there's the orange car that was annoying me during the formation lap. He's gone off and it's a big shunt. I've lost the pack in front a little bit, but tires are still cold. And they're all going to be bunched up together, so it shouldn't be too hard to catch up to them. Except for... yeah, I forgot. I've got no front bumper anymore, so probably going to have a lot of understeer. And that doesn't help my safety rating. There's extra incident points. Might just dial in a couple of clicks of brake bias towards the lowering it, just in case that front bumper is really going to hamper us. So we're still going at the back, but with potential to improve. Gap is increasing a little bit, unfortunately. It is 3.6 in front still, but we've had a clean lap. There we go. This yellow car seems to have just come out of the pits. So he's a back marker, and then we've got Taylor in front of that, which is the only person that started behind me. There's been a bit of an incident here with the back marker unlapping themselves potentially, which means I'm now in the sights of Taylor, and I have to hope that they have a bit of damage. 0.8 seconds. Cutting the corners much more than him as well, which is good. It's going to save us some time. The gap is 1.5 though, so it's increased a little bit. And through the last hairpin on the power and all the runoff. The green is the track limits. Down to the first corner. Oh, he's gone wide. And that's allowed me to catch up again. Oh, and again, another mistake. They're creeping in. Oh, and I've had to anticipate the accident, and I have. And there he is. And there's another accident now, and I've overtaken him as well. This is good. So I've made up 2 extra places now. Luckily, I didn't get caught up in either of those incidents. Anticipated it nicely and slowed down. Gentle on the power on the exit, otherwise we're going to spin the wheels and oversteer completely into a wall. Just about kept it within track limits on that one. That was a bit lucky. Starting my 6th lap of this race, there's about 5 minutes to go. I'm still down in P15. It would be nice to get up a couple of places, but with the gap being at 10 seconds, there really has to be an incident or something for this to happen. I'm feeling a lot of understeer mid-corner, so I'm trying to slow down a bit more on entry, just to see if that helps me. But apart from that, everything is going okay. Just a couple of little off tracks. Just testing the track limits really, but nothing major, and we can be pretty happy so far. I definitely feel like even though I had, you know, a poor qualifying and a poor start, I've actually done quite a good drive in terms of my standards. The consistency has been good, and the technique I think has been a lot better than most of the time. Right, this lap coming up should be the white flag lap. There's only a minute or so to go, or actually 5 seconds to go of this race. That was very deep. And unfortunately, P16 is now right behind me. So this is a white flag lap. We have to hold off P16 for the glory of P15. The big one is coming up. He's looking like he's going to try and take the inside. I'm going to cover it. Not much he can do there. Gonna stick on the inside, so I don't want any sort of switchback. And we're gonna go through this corner. He's still on my ass. Lift off. Ooh, using all the runoff, but no more. Sent it down. Oh, he sent a dummy maybe down the inside. He actually didn't go down there. And it's not phasing me one bit. Ooh, this is getting dangerous. He's going to go try for the inside. I've covered it. It's a good bit of racing here. This is fun. This is what we like to see. And on the hairpin again, I'm covering the inside. Oh, it's a bit of understeer. He's right on my tail now. Got to cut these corners perfectly, because there's only this and now the hairpin to go. And he's going to try around the outside. Is he? He's sticking by me. But I'm on the power. He's right next to me. Surely not. Surely not. No. 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 Ah! Did he get it? Did he get it? Oh, no! P16! And look what we did it with as well. That mangled piece of junk. Before I check the results, don't go anywhere, as I have a second race coming. And if you want to talk everything sim racing and racing IRL, check out my Discord. Link is the first in the description, along with some affiliate links for some of the gear I use. And the results are in. just about salvaged a safety rating increase out of that. A little bit of a decrease to our I rating, but not too bad. We can still recover from this. And now to go to a race that I think I have a good chance of doing well in. In one of my favorite cars, the GR86, we're going to Okiyama International Circuit in the Production Car Sim Lab Challenge. Concentration is key, so join me and let's get into qualifying. Here we go, starting our first qualifying lap, and obviously the big news is that it is raining, which is not good for me or for anyone. Especially not for me. Frickin' hell. Just one normal qualifying lap, that's all I ask. Once again, we crossed the line, but this time to start our white flag lap in the rain at Okiyama. See if we can brake a bit longer this time. Probably a bit too much that time. That's okay, we're gonna this time at least get a time on the board. Bit slower through this corner. We don't want to hit any of these curbs. I got some great advice in wet driving and what line to do the other day during my stream. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see my streams. I do them pretty regularly. But that is going to help me and has been helping me in practice. So that's gonna do big things for me here. All that good advice from you guys. Bit conservative through there, but we really do want to keep this on the track. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's ruined our lap. We stayed on the track. We're going to set a time, but that has completely ruined our lap. Oh, devastating. We'll get our time back down under a second's delta. But that is frustrating. As we glide nicely through the last corner. And the best thing that we can do here is just power it to the line. And then during the race, we're going to be very careful not to do that again. 1:59. So that still puts me in P7. It's not too bad. But without that mistake, we could have got in the 156s, which would be up near P3. So disappointing to make that mistake. We've seen in wet races on this channel before that if you're the only one to not crash, then you can get a pretty good result even if you're slow. And that's going to be our plan for this race as well. So join me and let's head to the grid. Bad news, as I had the wrong tires fitted. So I started from the pit lane and I got absolutely ruined during the formation lap. So this is a terrible, terrible start from being in P7 now to having just the worst race. All right, coming up to the first corner here, we are way out of the way of everyone. Catching up to some of the back-marking Mazdas. And then my next rival is around 15-20 seconds in front. I am going to pass someone in the pits. So there's Fernando. So I'm up into P12 now. Started in P7 though, so we got a lot of work to do here. Otherwise this is going to be a very disappointing race. I thought I could be somewhere up near the podium places, so we have to work hard here. We've already crashed, so we can't get away from that, but we can make no more mistakes and hope that in this sort of weather someone else will, and there's one of the BMWs doing exactly that. I've got Mark Cunha up ahead of me, who I actually raced the other day. I remember the name. 4.7 seconds ahead. Then there's a couple more of them ahead of that. So I'm not too far off the back of some of the rest of the pack here. The rest of the top 10, that'll be. I've cut the gap down significantly. It's under 3 seconds now. There's two of them just ahead here, racing each other. So that will have helped me in terms of time. I'm right on the back of them now. So this is Leng Thor, which is true. Thor is very Leng. And he's going into the pits, so that is an overtake at the pit entrance for me. We've got Mark Cunha up ahead. This is for the last of the top 10 places. Obviously, 10th position. So I'm now right behind him. He's got a weird sort of Picasso livery going on here. Getting a toe all the way down the straight. Luckily, I'm close enough that the spray isn't actually affecting me. I'm going to pull out at the last second. I'm taking the inside. He's tried to defend, but it was too late. And I've made the overtake. Very, very nicely done. Oh, this is nearly a spin. Where are you going? Freaking hell, mate. He wasn't just stopped in the middle of the track. He was moving backwards and forwards. Couldn't guess where he was going to go. Luckily, I didn't actually make any contact. Had to go off track, though. So now I'm ahead of Mark Cunha, and I've got Lachlan Gray as my next opponent, but he's about 10 seconds away. So it's going to take some catching up. Gap to Lachlan is just hitting under 10 seconds, so we are gaining big time. This is a 25-minute race, so we've only done about 8.5 minutes. There's plenty of time to go. Plenty of time for accidents and mishaps ahead, which would be great. There is some happening maybe with some Mazdas here because I'm getting very close to them now. Not that that actually matters. Look at these two battling for position ahead of me in the Mazda class. I'm going to have to be careful of that just in case anything happens, but I'm not too far away from being able to overtake them. Gap is under a second in front. And round the final corner, trying not to hit either of the curbs. Now we're going to get a slight slipstream, although we get the spray as well. Bit crazy. Jack Howe. Jack Howe is in the pits, and Luca Nelson. I've jumped 2 places thanks to an incident from them. I could see Jack wasn't very happy in the chat, so I wondered what had happened. Oh, and one of the Mazdas has gone off big time. No more fighting then for their position. So I'm now up in P8, which is very good position to be in for me. But we can do more. We also have to make sure not to get any more incidents before the end of the race, because 9 out of 17 incident points already. Oh, careful. He's gone. He's going to be re-overtaken behind me. But luckily, that gets them both out of my way. Lachlan Gray is now just 5.1 seconds in front. I've slashed the gap enormously. He's lapping 4 seconds slower than me on the last lap, which was also my best. His best is also 2 seconds slower than my best. So this is coming, this position. Oh, yes. And that's an accident ahead. And Nathan, who is in front of Lachlan in 6th, is now behind us both. And I am up into 7th place. So this is back to where I started on the grid, P7. And I think I deserve to be here. Apart from messing up the formation lap, which was stupid, I think I've driven quite well. Now we have Lachlan ahead of us still. Gap is 3 seconds. It's been slashed enormously. It was over 10 at one point. He's firmly in my sights now, and even Giancarlo in front of him is not far away. He was 6 seconds in front of me not too long ago. He's now only 3.1. He's being held up, I think, by a Mazda, perhaps. Bit of a moment going onto both curbs there. But we managed to hold it. Oof. 1.5 seconds the gap now. 2.5 is in front of him. Giancarlo and Lachlan are my targets. Oh, really nearly stepped out. It's trying to, but I've held it. Gap is under a second. We are in range now. It's nearly under a second for Giancarlo as well. They're both in my sights. I'm lapping quicker than both, but it's going to be tough. We're going for... Oh, he sent it up the inside of Lachlan, but he defended it nicely. We're still here. We don't need to send anything now. We just have to get onto the main straight, and we should get a decent amount of speed on him. Here we go. Okay, so this is going to be into the first corner. If we can get right up behind him. It's hard. It's 0.4 second gap. Maybe we're not going to make it. We're not close enough here. I'm going to send it into the first corner quite smoothly. Maybe the back straight is our chance. We don't know yet. We're just following behind him. Trying not to rush it. Okay, now we can get a better exit and make the overtake. There's no need to make a move into that corner because we have this long straight now to go. And I'm right up behind him now. I'm basically touching his rear bumper. I'm going to pull out and go up along his right-hand side. I'm right next to him, and I've made the overtake easy. Now we have Giancarlo in our sights. Whoa. He's getting a bit of a toe in front of him as well. From the back marker, Fernando. But that means he's probably going to get held up in the corners as well a little bit. Okay, he's overtaken Fernando. Now it's my turn to be held up. Oh, this is slow. Yeah, he's moved out of the way. What a terrific guy. Very sporting of him. And now I've got just Giancarlo in front of me. I'm not going to make a move here, but I'm going to send it down, threaten him, intimidate him, and then try and get him on the exit up to this hairpin. Try and get the toe on him. Say thank you to Fernando for that sporting move. I'm going to put my car on the inside. Whether I can actually make this move is a different question. I'm not able to. Not at this corner. Too far back, unfortunately. Whoa! All right, now I'm alongside him. I'm alongside him coming up to this left-hander here. And I've braked later and hard and sent it through. I've made the overtake stick. It wasn't that pretty, but it was clean, and we made it happen. Now the gap is 0.7, similar to what I had coming down the home straight. Oh, don't move. Don't move. What are you doing? Oh, my days. Please look at where we are. Okay. Oh, another one. It's the police car. So I'm now up in P4. Only less than 5 minutes now to go. 16 seconds in front of me to P3. That seems probably unattainable. But we can always try. We're just going to try our best and hope that things happen in front of us. We've built up a gap now behind. 1.5 seconds to Giancarlo. Oh, gap in front to Gabriel is falling rapidly. Maybe there was an incident. That just fell about 5 seconds in the matter of a straight. Oh, Gabriel has had an accident. That's what the yellow flag was for, and now he's only 2 seconds away. See, something can always happen. He's only 2 seconds in front. I think this lap coming up is going to be the white flag lap, so we do still need a miracle if we're going to overtake him on this lap. But he's firmly in our sights now. It's actually on. It is indeed the white flag lap. Oh, he just looks so close. The gap is close. It's 1.6. Coming up, just a few corners to go. Regretfully, I think it's not going to happen. It's not. He's made it round the last corner beautifully, as have I. It was a little, a long shot, but Oh well, and we still have made an incredible drive to recover to P4 at Okiyama in the wet. Incredible. What a good drive that was. Recovering after a terrible start, ending up in P13, coming back to P4. And don't forget that even though we had 9 incident points, 8 of those were in the formation lap. Obviously that's still stupid, but at least the race was clean. And the results are in. Not bad. Okay, we have to accept the 0.03 because we did get 9 incident points regardless of where they occurred. But plus 52 is very good, very healthy to add to our I rating. Now very close again to 1400. Racing in the wet has taught me a lot about, you know, concentration and precision. So maybe I should do some wet races more often.
Only weakness I have is for the brunettes. You already know I'll kill any shit I do next. No kids, so I'm raising the roof. Next year they'll admit they just stands like an Uzbek.